And we're live. Let's see. Let's get a few things situated here. Let me get this shared up real fast. Um, yo, what up? What up, Solo? Get things shared up real quick. Uh, I don't know. Uh, it's gonna be rush hour. Y'all know how rush hour goes, right? I just walked in the door. I gotta go to sleep for work tonight. Right now, what I'm gonna do right now is try to do a quick drive by. We got a lot of weather implications. So I'm going to try to do a quick drive by real quick and give you guys my players are already gone. I wanted to do a strikeout thing, a nice little strikeout thing with about three of the pitches, but like the games, we just lost another game, right? I think that was maybe the two, one, two, three, four, 5 games. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. The move in ATL. Obviously, the move in ATL is obvious to me. Announce a late start. It'll be fairly brief. Let these healthier cells fly by. Then go out there, get out there and play ball through a few spotty showers, likely uninterrupted. So we should be looking at an for the Atlanta game, right? Uh, let's see. Um, drop a like for me though, fam. But yeah, so and then the Brewers Reds game has been postponed. I was gonna be all over the strikeout prop for Peralta, but the in Cincinnati, small park, y'all know what the runs do there. Hope you guys been hitting those overs. Um, what else? Uh, so let's um let's take a look at the rest of the weather. So we got weather concerns here. Um, New York Nets, we just looked at that one, right? Then this one's postponed. Milwaukee, Cincinnati. Detroit postponed. Uh, Houston and Kansas City Royals wind zipping from left to right at 20 miles an hour. Pittsburgh and Philly, just disorganized mess of off and on showers. The good thing here is, as of now, models show it is mostly as light rain over the ballpark. The bad news is that we're far enough out that I don't fully trust that outlook yet. Either way, it's wet. We'll see how the radar looks pregame. Winds out to left at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Um, Boston and Baltimore, I expect they start dry and finish the game through some lighter showers, okay? We only got a couple games today. You ain't gotta break your neck. Monitor the weather, man. Like I say, if you got Twitter here, you go over here to Kevin Roth. Come on over here to his page, and you could. This is his page right here, man. Give him a follow. This is your meteorologist for sports, masters, whatever the case may be. Okay, in NFL, NBA, whatever the case may be. Right. Patrick says, "Good morning, good morning, Pat. Jordan disappointed me yesterday. I picked this fantasy score. Ooh, I know it's crazy, right? It's crazy. So, drop a like on this video, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, what TikTok, wherever you at. Drop a like on this video and for me, right? Now, like I said, today we got so much rain and stuff like that, and I just walked through the door, man. I just walked through the door, so I didn't have a chance to crunch a lot of numbers, and that's okay, right? You can do that shit on the fly. So I will give you guys, some shit that pops out. I give you my bats that's popping out. I probably won't be looking at no pitching today. So most of my pitching that I was looking at, it's not. It don't look good, right? It don't look good right now. So, first game here, that Atlanta game, right? So the bats that popped for me, I'll show you the usual suspects, right? But let's see, Atlanta, New York Mets, right? And I'll give you these guys how they're ranked, right? And you just take what you like and leave what you don't. So, um, talk about Jose Quintana. He's sporting a batting average of 291 versus this very Braves team. Um, he's got a 635 and a 692 OPS versus lefties and righties. Um, let me get some confirmed lineups here, right? And the weather report. I'll leave that there for a second. Let me get some confirmed lineups here. So Acuna, Ozzy, Albies, Olson. Riley, Olson, Ozuna. Whoo, man, this is a hell of a lineup, man. I think this is the scariest lineup in the league right here. Either way it goes, though, it is what it is, right? So, like I was saying, the bats here, um, Acuna, he's popping at the top for me. Ozuna followed by Ozuna, Riley, Albies, Olson. Those are the bats for in that order for the Braves, right? In that order. Now, it's only two bats that I really, really, really would, Alonso. I'm not even gonna speak on Alonso right now because he is who he is. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. But it's a couple bats that are in the green, right? That would be Red Devo number one. I checked his numbers. I didn't have to check any of the Braves numbers. I checked his numbers. His numbers look very well for me, right? So Brandon Nemo and DJ Stewart, and mainly for power, and I think it's that sinker, right? Um, Sinker, right? I want to say he's crushing that sinker, right? So DJ, let me make sure, right? But it's not that. But if he's like the one of the guys that if he gets a hold to the one of them motherfuckers, you could kiss it goodbye. Some shit like that, right? Let me see. I was kind of looking at it. Who do we have here in the mail? Let's go to it. Excuse me, y'all. Alan Winans, and then he hasn't been. I don't know what to expect out of this guy, right? But that pitch mix of that changeup, slider, sinker. Everybody got hit that fastball, whatever the case may be. But the changeup, slider, sinker. Let's see. And like I said, I think it's that sinker, right? And I don't know how often he's going to be throwing that. So, actually, DJ Stewart is a lefty. No, right. Let me see. The sinker slider. So versus lefties, he's got. Let's see. So he's pitching his worst versus left-hand batters, right? So he's pitching his worst versus left-hand batters. I'll show you right here because listen, towards righties, and this was 2023. Not that many plate appearances and shit like that, but it still tells a big tale, right? Because versus righties, you're going to run across probably more righties than you are lefties. His batting averages on this pitch mix was like 167, 167, 125 with the four seamer and the changeup 140, 134. Expecting batting averages was good. Expected batting averages was good. Slugging and shit, all that shit was good for the pitcher, right? That's versus righties, but versus lefties is when it got kind of shaky for him, right? Batting average on his pitch ups, that change up 270, that four seamer 313, that sinker, that same sinker that DJ Stewart would knock the shit out of. That motherfucker was sitting there at 526, right? Batting average, expected batting average at 421. All the expected batting average numbers are bad versus lefties, right? Slugging, that four seamer, people knocking the shit out of that at 813, and then that slug, that sinker, that fastball, that sinker, and that slider, they was knocking the cover off that motherfucker lefties, right? Then what's that? Change up, four seamer, sinker, slider. Then, like I said, we go over to DJ, and I think it was one of these pitches, man. It was one of these. DJ is a lefty, right? So DJ is a lefty, and Winans. That's why he's popping. See, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that, but now I caught it, right? He's a lefty, and he's pitching his worst towards left hand batting, right? And then that pitch mix, what he's tossing out there. That let's just look at last year's numbers. That fastball, DJ, the averages like his favorite pitch he was hitting was that sinker. So, in all actuality, all his averages ain't pretty good. His power numbers are okay, kind of okay if he gets a hit on it, but that sinker, he throws that sinker. I don't know what the percentage is from that sinker. I know the scouting report is probably going to say, please don't throw that sinker to DJ, but if he does, that was his best average along with this cutter. That sinker, he didn't see neither one of them that much. Almost 900 slugging. You know what I'm saying? But this year, he hasn't faced a lot of those pitches, right? He hasn't faced probably any of those pitches that he's really throwing out there. So he right now, DJ is waiting for his turn, waiting for his day, whatever the case may be, right? So if that's the only reason it popped because some of the things lined up like that. Now Brandon Nemo averages, especially for this year right now, his averages are looking pretty good, right? So Nemo um, versus that pitch mix, let's see, that changeup slider sinker, the changeup slider sinker. Now he bats left as well, right? And so Nemo bats left as well. And the pitcher he's throwing his worst shit versus lefties, right? So that fastball changeup was sinker, whatever the fuck. Y'all just know I'm terrible, man. I can't remember shit that happened 3, 4 minutes, 2 more minutes ago. the sinker. So Nemo's numbers, right? They're pretty good. Okay, the changeup last year 288, 462, slugging, Woba 378. That slider was 293, slugging 622, 436. The K rates is down on most of these pitches. Um, the fastball, like, is a fastball like what do you expect, right? Everybody hits that. So it is what it is, right? His numbers are pretty good, across the board when it comes to his pitch mix. So he'll be the number one bat for me for uh for the New York Mets, right? Nemo. And he's terrorized them in a game in the game this series already. He's got a game with 2 home runs, leadoff guy. He'll be on the he'll be on the mound. I mean, not the mound. He'll be on the, he'll get the most bats, and he is and then they on the road, so they at least bat at ninth inning. So that's another a boost to the bats. You know what I'm saying? So you could definitely look at Nemo. You know what I'm saying? The rest of these guys, I'm not even gonna talk about those bats there, right? Houston Astros at Kansas City Royals. We got over under 8.5 in this spot. We got Brown and we got Singer on the mound, right? So um this Kansas City Royals team, they continue to be scrappy. They're gonna be like this all year long. They here to stay, right? And we all seen that coming. We all seen that coming, you know. Bats wise here, how about I give you guys how about Nelson Velasquez, right? He just continues to smash it, right? Remember last game, before I left, I told y'all he goes out there and gets 3 bases, right? So bats are popping for me in this one here. Won't be looking at any pitching right now, to tell you the truth. I lean towards the over in this game here. We got Sears on the mound. Sears is a we got no we got yeah we got wait a minute, wait. So it was a pitching change here. I thought Brady Singer was going. Hmm. Let me check this out. Let me check this real quick, guys. Hmm. I see Brady Singer on this app. Oh, cause I'm looking at the wrong fucking game. Why y'all didn't say nothing, man? Jesus Christ, man! I got baseball mixed up like a motherfucker. Golly. So yeah, I'm right. Singer, man, y'all crazy, man. Singer. Shit. So either way it go, man. Let me just get into the bad. I'm not targeting neither one of these pitchers, right? Um, so Brady Singer, right? He's pitching his worst to his righties. Almost a 900 OPS, about an 860, 870 OPS versus right hand pitching. So we definitely could look at the righties here, right? Righty matchups. You're going to look at somebody like Alex Bregman. Although Alex Bregman doesn't top off the list for me, but righty matchups. You could look at Alex Bregman, right? Then you got for a lefty matchup, Kyle Tucker, which I gave you Kyle Tucker the other day. He goes out, gets 2 hits, hits his runs and RBIs, but we're not talking about that. Either way it go, those are splits that we need to be on top of, right? And then Alex Bregman, he's definitely not the top bat for this game. Probably up there, but he's not the top bat for this game. Now it's a 1A and a 1B on this on this on the Astros team, but it is what it is. The top bat popper for me on the Astros side would be Jose Altuve. Um, 966 OPS versus righties, 839 OPS versus lefties for I mean I'm sorry. He's sporting a 947 OPS versus right hand pitching. And like I said, Brady Singer is pitching his worst to righties. Brady Singer, you can look at the righties in the door, right? Now you got somebody like Jordan Alvarez who's coming in number 2 for me on this team. He's just a monster. He's on fire and he does what he does. I can't talk you off him versus anybody in the league, right? He's just in play, but he's coming in second for me. He's coming in second for me. I didn't go into the details to see why he's coming in second, but the person who's coming in third, who's coming in fourth for me, I really want to make him third, and that's Yanya Diaz. If he was at home, I would probably be the number one bat for me. Anytime Yanya Diaz is getting a right hand batter pitcher, watch out, right? Only reason I just probably didn't go through a pitch mix. That's something I'll probably do. Actually, since that game got pushed back, let me just see real quick. How's it? Jose Altuve is only 1 for 8 versus him, and then Jordan Alvarez is 2 for 9. Um, Diaz and Bregman, they have no numbers versus him. Now Bobby Witt, he's definitely in play. Guys like that. Salvador Perez is definitely in play. He's 2 for 2 for 1 for versus anybody. Now going back to the other day on the Kansas City side, yeah, my top bat from Kansas City would be Nelson Velasquez. So I'll take a look at Nelson Velasquez numbers real quick versus somebody like Hunter Brown, right? And I have to take a deeper look into Nelson Velasquez because he's made me a ton of money right now, and the power is there for him, right? So every time this motherfucker, he's just muscling shit, right? So he's actually 2 for 2 versus him, and those two you can just about guess what those two were. They were bombs, right? So he's hit 2 home runs versus this guy. Um, Don, what's up, Don? What's going on, Don? Yeah, so definitely Nelson Velasquez. Okay. Um, so Hunter Brown, he's got that pitch mix going for him. It's looking like the full seam fastball, slider, and curve, right? The full seam fastball, slider, and curve. Nelson Velasquez, who's a righty. First and foremost, let's see. It don't even matter. Let's just go to Nelson. Nelson, real quick. Fastball, slider, curve. So that fastball is one thing that he fucking better not throw, right? You just better put that fucking fastball in his pocket, right? Nelson Velasquez, his last year's numbers, we're gonna go through this every time. Every time, right? We're gonna go through this shit every time till we get it in I don't do UFC, Tyler. Give me some plays, bro. Give me some plays. He put that shit in caps too, man. Let me put that shit up there for him, man, because he want to get that shit up there. There we go. I don't do UFC, man. It's only so many hours in a day for me. Don't tell me who you like though, Tyler. Yeah, that fastball, he might as well put that motherfucker up. His batting average is 333 versus that 978 slugging, 555, 559 Woba. Like, put it away, man. Straight up. Do not throw that. You throw that motherfucker's gone. You know this shit already. He's 2 for 2 versus him with 2 home runs. 9 times out of 10, the motherfuckers was fastballs either way it go. He does have a changeup. Not numbers not too good versus that changeup last year, and I think the other one was the slider, right? But he's really out there looking for that fastball. What was it? Yep, slider, curveball, fastball. Now, um, he's throwing that fastball last year 46% of the time. That's one of them dominants right there, the dominant fastball. Hunter Brown probably gonna try to throw that motherfucker past him, and like I said, he's got tattooed every time. How's he doing against those pitches this year though? This year is probably a whole nother stratosphere. So far, that slider, he's murdering it now. 4 he's 10 plate appearances. It's got to be 4 for 10, at least 4 for 10 versus that. Batting average 444, slugging at 661. Now his expected batting average versus that slider as of right now is a 361 versus last year it was a 145. The fastball, he's still knocking the cover off that motherfucker. These are 2024 numbers. You know what I'm saying? He's probably 4 for 10 versus that too with an 818 slugging. Nothing has really dropped off from the last year. Um, the curveball, he hasn't seen that motherfucker this year. Really, only one pitch. So that's what it is when it comes to that Nelson Velasquez. Probably one of the top bets of the day. But you know what I'm saying. Right now, two he's eating. Last year he was hitting one. Now he's hitting two of those pitches. So and like I said, he's only 2 for 2 for these guys, but both of them were bombs, man. Both of them were bombs. To start the season, he is killing shit to start the season. Um, right now, his batting average is 343, on base percentage 395, slugging 600 with a 995 OPS. Right? He's every year his numbers is going up, up and up, man. Straight up, man. Every year his numbers are going up. So I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't gonna go through the rest of the bats. I'm just letting you know. I'm just trying to put you on notice, man. Straight up, trying to put y'all on notice. Um, Texas and Oakland. Let me see something first, man. Do we got expected tip off for this game? Hey, Liv. Liv so pretty. Ain't that something? What am I looking for? Atlanta Braves. Braves. Hmm. It's delayed. Not. Don't see a time yet. I don't see a time. So we still got a little time, right? I just wanted to see that. Okay. Uh Oakland, Oakland, Oakland Athletics and the Texas Rangers. What's the weather like here? Okay. All right. So another game. Do we got lineups or anything here? Okay, we got lineups, right? And that last time I was on, I took these guys without the fucking lineups coming out, right? I wouldn't have took them for the 1.5 if if we didn't have the numbers, if we didn't have Corey Seager. Actually, I probably would have. I probably would have, right? Now, Tyler Barnes, he says Alex Pereira, whatever, and Jamal Hill. I don't really know. I don't want to sleep on Jamal. I don't want to sleep on Jamal, but Justin with the head kick to Max Holloway. I see Charles Oliveira submitting Armand Bo Nickel to win. over Cody Brunage. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I will screenshot this right now. Right, because that's what it's about, man. That's good time, big time community stuff right there. That's big time community stuff. That's why we do what we do, right? That's why we do what we're doing now. Okay. So JP Sears and John Gray, right? Um at the end of the day, um let's see. Oakland Athletics. I think I was I leaning towards the over in this game. I don't know, but I know it was a bat or two. Um, Adolis Garcia. I wonder is he heating up or getting ready to heat up? Just had himself a good game. Um, Seth Brown is popping here. John Gray. I have to. I'm gonna have to wait. Right. I'm gonna have to wait and see what's up with John Gray right now. I'm skeptical. I think I'm gonna lean to. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm skeptical right now. I'm skeptical right now. I didn't look at too much over John Gray. I'm kind of skeptical. I'm gonna leave it at that. This Oakland Athletics team, all these teams right now, it's still early, and then despite it being early, you just some teams just gonna beat you, right? So as far as the side on this one here, I probably would lean towards the over here. But it is what it is. Sears, you could last year you could look at them for strikeouts, but the K's ain't been there, so I don't know what to think about right there. But um, the top two bats from each side, of course, is gonna for me, it's gonna be Zach and Geloff and Corey Seager, right? Those are the two top bats here. I want to take a look at Zach real quick, man. I want to take a quick look at Zach while we on because this, I mean, I got to take a look at him, right? So JP Sears versus this team, he has a 24.2 K percentage right there, 4.5 walk percentage with a 435 slugging, 323 WOBA. John Gray, 26% K rate versus this team. Um, um, I mean, at batting average of 103, 46 plate appearances. Um, okay, right? Okay, right? I get it. So Sears is a lefty, Gray is a righty, right? So I want to take a look at Gray and Zach, right? Gray is throwing out that fastball and that slider most of the times. Uh, that fastball and that slider most of the time. He's pitching his worst to his righties, right? I mean, towards lefties. It's been okay. Zach Geloff is only 0 for 1 for him. Only caught him one time. Zach Geloff, he's a righty, and he's got a righty splits. So he's a righty, but he hits righties better than he hits lefties. He got an 800. He's got almost 1,000 OPS versus righties, right? So obviously, that pitch is gonna have to line up because he's popping, right? Now the four seam fastball is a given. Like most hitters can hit that. That slider is the one where we're gonna be concerned about. I haven't looked at his numbers this year, but let's see what we got. That fastball and that slider, right? And remember, his good split is versus righties. So last year, He was hitting the fastball, the slider. He was hitting that slider at a fake decent clip. Oh, a decent clip, right? The slugging was there. He'd take your ass out of here. It was there. This year, um, pretty much, the fastball. So this year, the fastball, he's crashing it. Um, he's batting 600 versus it right now, 1,500 slugging. 827 WOBA. K percentage is very down. Like right now, as of this year, per 13 plate appearances, 60 pitches. Um, the same thing with this slider, right? Not the same thing, but he's still batting 250 versus it. With 333 slugging. K percentage is up on every pitch. And how was it last year? Um, so he will strike out. And then, he might get better at that, but his ass will strike out. But as of this year, he's seeing that fastball extremely good, right? But he could strike out. At the end of the day, his expected batting average numbers: 443 versus that fastball, 237 versus that, and that expected slugging is over 1,000 versus that fastball. So let him catch one of them fastballs, right? And he can kiss that motherfucker goodbye. You see how he looking? That's how he gonna be looking at that fastball if he catch it the right way. That motherfucker gonna be gone, right? He's rated out at the second best bat between both teams right up under Corey Seager. So I would rank him Corey Seager number one, Zach number two. Don't know why Abraham Toros is popping up for me. I'm not going to give you guys too many bats here. Those are the two bats that I'm looking at. Look at this game for hits, runs, and RBIs with a total of 8.5. I couldn't talk off any other bat here. Those are the two bats that are popping for me right now. Pittsburgh Pirates and Philadelphia Phillies. Over under 9 in this spot. We got Jones on the mound, Suarez on the mound. Didn't think I seen any weather implications. Yes, we did. Just a disorganized mess off and on showers. The good thing here is that as of now, the model show it is mostly light rain over the ballpark. The bad news is that we're far enough out that I don't fully trust the outlook yet. Either way, it's wet. We'll see how the radar looks pregame. Winds out to left 10 to 15 miles an hour. And then, like I say, this game is probably a little later game at 5:43. So we got a few more hours to check it out to see how this radar and shit is gonna shake out for this game. That was the Phillies and Pirates, right? I want to say the Phillies and the Pirates, right? Yeah, that was the Phillies and the Pirates. So we got Suarez on the mound. Um, and he's a lefty, right? Yep. Suarez and Suarez and Jones. Hmm. Like I said, I didn't look too much at this game here. Um, Andrew McCutcheon has seen everybody and their mama. He's 3-5 versus this guy. Olivares, he's coming off a 2 home run game. He could be hot. He's the second. He's popping off the second highest bat for me right now. From today's perspective, right? Everybody, all the rest of the Schwarbers and the Harpers and shit are in play. Those are usual suspects, but the bats that are popping for me, the bats that are popping for me, is going to be, which is crazy, and I don't think I'm going to play them. Which is crazy, and I don't think I'm going to play them. But and these are back end guys. Are these confirmed lineups? Probable batting order of Andrew McCutcheon would be the number one, popping at 3-5 versus him. Edward Olivares, who I'm kind of interested in. He's popping number two for me. And Brandon Marsh is probably number 3 for me, right? And Brandon Marsh will be hitting. We don't know what the batting lineup is going to be, but remember those 3 names. See where they land in the lineup, and then it is what it is. Now those aren't the top bats from these teams, right? And depending on where these guys are going to be in the lineup, it can just stretch out some things for you, right? So, like I said, the rest of these guys, your Brian Hayes, your Connor Joes. Connor Joe is 4 for 6 versus him. Bryce Harper, 915 OPS versus righties, right? O'Neal Cruz and your Schwarbers and shit like that. All those boys, they hadn't played, but the bats that popped up for me at the top of the list was going to be those 2 guys. I don't know what to expect here. I ain't gonna lie. You could probably look at the over, maybe. Pittsburgh has been showing an ability to hit. Let's take a look at some of these team numbers this year. How about that? All right, let me give you guys some team numbers to try to help you guys get over the hump, right? What's up, Z's? What's going on? Let me give you guys some team numbers in this one because I'm kind of undecided. I'll give you guys some team numbers to help you out with some of the strikeouts and some of the other shit. So let's take a look at let's see. Philly versus a lefty, right? Let's look at last year. No. Let's just look at Pittsburgh versus a lefty. So last year numbers for them, and let's see how they're carrying it over to now. Pittsburgh, excuse me, damn. Strikeout percentage. Pittsburgh have been striking out this year. Let's see. Top 10. They finished the season top 10 strikeout versus lefties, right? At 24.1%. They WRC plus, they finished down, right? Pittsburgh was 25th in WRC plus. That wasn't ideal, right? This year, see what they've been doing this year, how many plate appearances, yada, yada, yada. Pittsburgh, number 3 right now. Let me see. Wait. Pittsburgh, no. So in 165 plate appearances, who has the most plate appearances? That looked like one of the most. No. Versus lefties, they come in at 7th so far this year in plate appearances at 165. They walk percentage versus lefties. They're number 3 this year in walk percentage. Strikeout percentage, they have been striking out. They are they 6th in striking out versus lefties. But then the kicker here is the WRC plus this year. How they doing so far versus lefties? They 3rd at WRC plus. They are hitting lefties well, right? So you couple that, and then what you might have to go back and do is go see what lefties they faced. And then I just gave you a couple bats that was looking kind of good versus lefties. And remember, those couple bats like Andrew McCutchen and Olivares, they hitting around the middle, closer to the end, not to the end, but around the middle of the lineup. So you could take a look at other guys. You know what I'm saying? The usual suspects. They got O'Neal Cruz, who's projected to hit at 7th with 1,300 OPS versus lefties this season, right? Don't get me started on somebody like Jack Sawinski and shit like that. So who's favored in this fucking game right now? Because I'm starting to wonder, right? Pittsburgh Pirates. Interesting, right? So let's take a look at no, not Pittsburgh. Philadelphia's favored it. So take a look at some of those guys versus righties real quick, and I'll get off of this one because it's helping me make my decision right now as well because I haven't looked at this game. So versus right hand pitching, 2023 and carried it on over, right? Philadelphia probably was pretty good, right? Looking at WRC Plus here, Philly top 10 in WRC Plus. They showed the ability to strike out here and there last year. I remember that. They was 13th in striking out. Walk percentage last year was like what, middle of the pack, 5%. Um, this year versus right hand pitching, a lot of people they walking Harper. A lot of bats they walking people early, right? This year they seventh. This year they seventh in walks versus right hand pitching. Um, the strikeouts here, Philly 10th in striking out, right? Versus right hand pitching with a 274 plate appearances sample size there, and the WRC plus versus right hand pitching. Um, Philly second worst WRC plus this season, right? Versus right hand pitching. So obviously they haven't been hitting right hand pitching that good. Who's pitching again? Um, Jared Jones, right? So let me take a look at Jared Jones real quick. This is what I would do here. Jared Jones. Okay. Young kid. This is what I would do here. Let's go see who he is, what he's about, and what he does, right? You know, and this is just the process. This is the process you would probably. This is the process you would probably take here, right? Jared Jones, because I haven't looked at none of this. I would have been able to come on here. Uh, K percentage as of right now, it's like up is up, right? Jared looks like a developmental success. He's improved his control of plus stuff, right? Jones came away with a no decision Friday, whatever the case may be with that shit. Now we'll slide over to spring training, and then we'll bring it on over, right? So he's pitched how many innings? 5, 9, 11, 13, 16.1 innings, 15 Ks, right around point 0.9 Ks or whatever inning there. You could just say a K an inning if you just want to, you know what I'm saying? Home runs, none, right? No home runs in spring training. Earned runs, none, right? He pitched only a few innings here. 1, 1, 2, 2, 4 versus Atlanta with 4 Ks, and then five innings versus Boston. Then look at that number there: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So the strikeout. Either way it goes, some of the strikeout stuff was there. Um, Taking a look at let's see something here. ERAs. Mm, 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 mm. Strikeouts, 146. And innings pitched, 146 between 2023, 126 innings, 146 Ks. Okay. Who did he pitch against, right? Game log, uh, major leagues. This year he pitched 2 games, right? The K's been there, right? Miami, he went out there and struck lightning on their ass, gave them a sawbuck. And then on versus Baltimore, he gave their ass 7, right? Then we rewind it back to what they've been doing again. What have they been doing again this year? They've been striking out, right? Versus right hand pitching. Philly, they sitting around where, right? Philly, K percentage, they sitting around 10th, and they haven't been hitting, you know what I'm saying? They haven't been hitting right hand pitching thus far that good this thus far. And if he can stay on top of his shit, pitching is probably over half of the equation. If he can stay on top of his shit, then we could probably get a nice outing. We could probably find value on this plus 124. It's easier said than done, dog. Straight up. Don't, you know what I'm saying? These are the steps, that you have to take, you know what I'm saying? And you keep taking them, then a month in, all this shit. All this shit is already stored up here. You put the work in first, you know what I'm saying? Then you start to memorizing shit. Once you start to memorizing shit, the research is gonna come quicker because you don't have to hit so many spots, right? So I know it's strikeout prop pretty high. It's at 5.5. Do we have value on that 5.5, or as a parlay piece, or whatever the case may be? Considering he's went 7 strikeouts and 10 strikeouts, I don't know. You tell me. Do they got some bats in here? They got some superstar. Yeah, they got a couple of a superstar batter too. The lineup looks kind of scary for Philly, but hey, if he's down, if Jerry Jones is throwing his shit, I don't give a fuck how good your bat is. You're just not gonna hit it. They've been walking guys like Harper and stuff like that. Schwarber is a K. If he not bombing, more than likely he's a K. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Another thing, let's just look at these guys overall. Let's see what they look like so far on the K percentage here. Now, both of these teams will strike out. Don't get it twisted, right? Looking at the K percentage for Schwarber, 27. Apache, if he gets in the lineup, you wait to see if these motherfuckers be in the lineup. Anything over like 22, 21, 22% K rating is considered high. So Schwarber, high. This Apache dude, high. Marsh, high. Harper, I would just skip over him, right? Turner, this year is pretty high, 28. Real Muto, 29. The 26 for Nick Castellanos. If these motherfuckers in the lineup, now with Merrifield, these guys don't strike out, right? So if these guys are in the lineup, then you could be looking at some Ks here, man. You could be looking at some Ks here, right? So, if these bats come out hot. Now on the flip side, O'Neal Cruz, if he ain't hitting his ass will strike the fuck out of the 34%. We all know this. Rowdy, he's swinging for the fences. If you don't hit the fences 9 times out of 10, he's probably striking out too. Michael A. Taylor, Henry Davis is a K. Andrew McCutcheon, old ass, starting a K. But here's some of those guys that popped up, right? Olivares popped up, and McCutcheon popped up on the bats for me, right? They were higher on for this game, than Harper and those boys. So, Olivares is hot right now. He's just coming off a 2 home run game, and then you got Brian Reynolds, you got Cabrian Hayes, you got Jackson Winsky, another guy who I target versus lefties. You know what I'm saying? I forgot his split, but he got a monster split. I think it's on the road versus lefties that you really don't want to see. Let me make sure. Let me check it out, right? Because that's my guy. So Jackson Winsky, I'm supposed to know his splits by heart. Dating back to last year, and we got to see if he's going to be in the lineup too. But dating back to last year versus lefties. No, I think his split was versus righties. I think. Let me see. Yeah, it was versus righties. Let's see. It was. It was versus righties, right? So you don't, but this year it's probably a different story this year because I've been seeing him get more hits. I can look at 2024. He had been getting more hits than usual, right? So this year, that's what it was. I needed to check him out this year because this year you guys can see the difference, and they work on this shit in the offseason. Last year he wasn't even touching lefties. So far this year he's hitting 400 versus lefties. You gotta be watching this shit. This year so far he's hitting 400 versus lefties. Home versus lefties. He's hitting them on the left. He might not have faced that many lefties either though. But I'm just saying, right? WRC plus at 200 right now. 190, 200 on the road versus lefties. The K percentage is way up there. His ass will strike out, but batting average is there. The slugging 750, OPS 1100. Isolated power is up there. You know what I'm saying? Man, so Jackson Winsky probably going to be in play in a lefty-lefty matchup. I don't know if he's in the lineup, but sometimes last year's splits and stuff like that can some of these splits this year can override some of the shit last year. I'm just pointing some of this shit out to you guys, man. Wasn't supposed to be on here this long, but I didn't even look over the slate. When you start looking over shit, then it starts to get, pretty much kind of like addictive. But like I said, at the end of the day, this shit has to come into fruition. But it's good to know. It's good to know. Uh, excuse me. Baltimore Orioles at the Red Sox here. Uh, another game that I need to look at that I didn't look at. Uh, and I still didn't go extensive because I would have to look at every batter, all of this, all of that bullshit. But that's just the way I do things, right? So we got Grayson Rodriguez. He's pitching his worst versus lefties at 838, right? OPS. Now this team, this Boston Red Sox team, can run out a bunch of lefties, right? And you can look at his they projected lineup. I bet you they got a bunch of lefties out. So these switches here would mean lefties as well. So in the projected lineup, we see 1, 2, 3, 4. They can push out more. They can push out more. And maybe if you look into deeper in some of these bats, they probably have lefty splits. You know what I'm saying? They could hit lefties well. The top guy that's coming out for me, that's popular for me is Trenton Cassis, right? He's a guy that can get hot and go deep on you. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Trenton Cassis is at 876 OPS versus righties. Grayson Allen, 838 OPS versus lefties. It's a match, right? For sure. Coming up next would be Rafael Devers. Almost the same shit. Almost a 900 OPS versus lefties. Y'all know the deal. I mean, versus righties. Y'all know the deal, right? I wouldn't have thought that he popped a little bit higher than I wouldn't have thought that he popped a little bit higher than Devers, but I could dig deeper in there. And it's another bat, which would be that might not. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to get in the lineup, but we'll see. Keep an eye out for Valdez because Valdez is not in the projected lineup right here. But he's popping for some reason, right? Probably a pitch mix thing, something like that. It's a lot of green here with the over under of what 8.5 here. So this would be a nice looking game for probably hits, runs, and RBIs in certain spots here. But let me see real quick, and then we'll cap this off with this last game here. We'll cap this off with this last game, right? Do this one with you guys. Trenton Cassis, right? There's some K's in that in that Boston lineup, but that shit didn't come to fruition. Like I had just took him. I think that was Burns. Y'all remember that the other game? Man. He put mine to sleep. I woke up. He had 6. He fell short 1. Right, that fastball and that changeup. Right, um, that fastball and that changeup. So let's take a Cassis. Right. So that fastball, he's 180 last year. Uh, that fastball and that changeup, right? So that fastball, he was hitting it. He was hitting it pretty hard too. 273 batting average with a 539 slugging on that one. Uh, round average strikeouts and expected expected numbers were a little bit higher. So the fastball we know, and he's throwing 2 predominant pitches: that fastball and that curveball. Was it? Fastball and changeup and slider. But that fastball and changeup is what he was throwing predominantly, right? So fastball and the changeup, right? Yeah. So the changeup, both of those pitches, he was hitting both of them, right? 282 versus that changeup, 479 slugging, Woba around 350. the K percentage was a little bit above average. You know what I'm saying? Below average, rather. This year, that fastball, he's cracking it. He's batting 400 against it, 800 slugging against it. We know he'll take your ass deep, right? 538 Wade Woba, 25% K rate, still striking out. 269 expected batting average with, but the power is still expected there with 77 slugging, 77 trip seven sluggings, and 57 hard hit percentage. Right, that was that fastball, that slider, but he's not throwing the slider. He hasn't seen that changeup. Oh, he's seen that changeup. He hasn't been hitting that changeup. So he went across that fastball. His ass is pretty much grass. But yeah, right. You get it. Rafael Devers, somebody I don't have to go to the numbers with. He's just in fuego, right? He's good, right? Um, Gunnar Henderson. He popped for me, the highest bat for Baltimore. He popped for me. I don't know if I'll get there though. Probably looking at these lefties right here. So them lefties, them Boston lefties, preferably Cassis and uh, um, Rafael Devers. Those would probably be the two top bats of this game, and or probably it is as of right now. But like I said, I do want to take a look at this Valdez guy just in case he pops. Right, I want to see what's up with him, man. Mm. He might be a surprise pop up in this lineup, surprisingly, right? Hmm. Don't stand out for me right now. It does not, but we will see. I don't know why he's popping. I don't know. So I won't be going to him, right? Jaron Duran, the lefties, right? The lefties. I'll be looking at the lefties here for Boston, some shape, form, or fashion. Like I said, Cassis and Rafael Devers in this one here. Um, the Boston, I mean, Santander, somebody you could look at, Santander. So if you just want to get to the bats on, if you just want to get to the bats on the Baltimore side, I would look at the righties. Garrett Whitlock is not. I mean, this team is 9 for 38 versus Whitlock, 237 batting average. Um, Whitlock is pitching his verse versus righties, but I want to. I know Whitlock got some K stuff, right? He's got to have some K stuff. Let's see. I keep forgetting, man. Whitlock has got to have some K stuff here. Let me see. So right now his K percentage is at 30%. Um, 8Ks versus Seattle, whoop de doo, right? Seattle striking the fuck out. 4Ks versus the Angels. There, Angels gotta see what's going on with the Angels, man. Gotta see what's going on with the Angels, right? Uh, gotta see what's going on with the Angels right now. Don't know who they are right now, but they wanna be good, right? Hmm. So his strikeouts don't look as sexy as I thought they was last year. Some of his splits here. at home. Overall, at home was a 25% K rate. Home versus lefties, home versus righties. So his K percentage dropped on the road last year. At home, his K percentage was pretty good. At 25, I mean, I liked it. I like it. 25%. Probably wasn't getting a lot of Ks though, right? So I don't know what to expect here. I don't, right? What did he do versus this team in general last year? Um, Probably didn't even face him. Baltimore, um, three strikeouts, two innings. Gary Whitlock wasn't pitching that many innings to close the season. He started off. So what was the drop off at? So he must have gotten hurt. Or what was he? He started. He went from going 4, 5, 6, 7 innings to, let me see, the 6, 27, 2, 7, 2 to the third. He must have got hurt here July 2nd. Didn't come back for over a month and didn't go over two innings. Didn't pitch over 2 innings then. What he had went through, I don't know. Whitlock pitched 4.1 scoreless innings versus the Angels and no distance. I have to go back and read up on Whitlock and see what happened, right? So right now, I'm gonna just temper my expectation on Ks. Where's the strikeout prop? Rodriguez got some Ks too if he got it going, but I won't be looking to it. Just a subtle day today. Just a subtle day today. 6.5 Ks for Grayson Rodriguez and 4.5 for Whitlock. I probably won't be taking neither one of those Ks. So batters here. It's so hard to tell for me right now. But I'm gonna give you guys. I say. Let me see. What about Vinny Pasquantino? My fault, bro. I took O'Hearn for a hit. Oh, O'Hearn, he's got versus righties, right? O'Hearn versus righties. O'Hearn versus righties. O'Hearn. That's my guy, man. We just went over this with O'Hearn. I think he hits better on the road versus and this was last year. Just looking at last year's splits, I think he hits better on the road versus lefty. I think he got a lefty split on the road. Let's see. O'Hearn versus lefties. So yeah, on the righties he hit them both. Okay, he hits them both. Um, on the road versus lefties, his OPS is up. Isolated power is damn near it's focused up, right? OPS is up on the road versus righties. K percentage is down. WRC plus is up. Okay. But they work on these things during the off season, right? Slugging is up. On the road versus righties, he ain't too shabby, man. Walk percentage is down, K percentage is down, batting average is up, right? His batting average is higher versus righties than it is to lefties. You know what I'm saying? Slugging, all these numbers still look good. His numbers still look good versus righties. All of them still look good versus righties on the road. So I like him. I like him, right? Uh, my light just went off, man. I like him, right? Uh, I like him. That was last year's too. Let's see how he's carried over right now, since we got a sample size. I don't know what the sample size is though, man. Let me see. His plate appearances, home and away, home away versus righties. away versus lefty. So he's been on the road versus. I can't take too much into it, but he is batting 4.55 versus righties on the road as of right now, right? So he's doing really good. He's still doing good, man. It's just the sample size is not big enough for me personally, but keep an eye out on it because it's lit. Right now the sample size is lit. 455 batting average, slugging at a 909, 1500 OPS, 455 isolated power. But I have to compare it from last year again. Take a look at it. WRC plus at 3. What's the numbers he got? What's his numbers real quick? He's got that bomb versus righties. 27 plate appearances, 8 hits, uh, 5 singles, 1 triple. He got one of everything. 5 singles and one of everything else. Double, a triple, a home run, 8 for 27. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. That's definitely pretty good, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Z said, oh, "Okay, I couldn't remember if it was righties or lefties." He's just pretty good, man. He's getting as of right now. He's showing some progress. What's up, throwbacks? What's up, throwbacks? Seeker Soldier yesterday. I somehow took the day off yesterday. Z says, "I hope he gets me one hit." Yeah, I hope he does too, bro. I see hits in that one. I see hits in that game. I see hits in that game. I see hits in that game. See if he's in the lineup, and it is what it is, right? Um, what my boys say? Drika says, "What about Vinny Pasquantino?" Right. So, Pasquantino, right? He popped for me. I think last game I didn't go to him, but he hasn't faced Brown. He hasn't faced Brown. Um, not on my radar. If you're still there, he's not on my radar, right? I'm gonna tell you who's on my radar. I'm gonna give you my top bats right here. I don't have no fucking top bats, right? I don't, right? So I'll give you my. All right, so let me do this right here. I'm giving you my Braves in order. Let's start off with that, right? I give you my Braves in order. Would be so they flipping right now. Mm, mm, mm. Acuna number 1, Marcell Ozuna number 2, Riley number 3. Oh my God, it don't even matter, right? Why would I even give y'all that? Why would I even say that? It don't even matter. So how about this? Damn, the Braves are just y'all know what the fuck it is when it comes to the Braves, right? The Braves are just the Braves. They in play, right? All the motherfuckers in play, but the top bat, I'll give you the top bat from the Mets is going to be Brandon Nemo. Okay. Um, Top bat here from you're gonna look. I'm gonna give you the top bat from both teams. Man, it was so hard, but it's going to be Altuve because of the pitch mix. I didn't look into it, but you got righty splits, Bregman. Um, man, you had on Alvarez, but Tuve hitting the top. Um, I would say Nelson Velasquez for Kansas City. I would say it's Corey Seager and Zach Geloff, whatever, Geloff, whatever. Uh, one top 2 bats from each top bat from each team. I don't have a top bat from this Pittsburgh in this Philly game. Just a couple guys were popping for me that I don't want to trust. I don't want to trust the I don't want to trust I don't want to trust the numbers that I'm looking at, but those are the ones that pop for me. And that game is on right now, right? Uh the Baltimore game, the top 2 bats that popped for me was Cassis and his team at? You know, Rafael Devers. I'm just undecided on. I'm undecided on. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm undecided on a Baltimore Orioles bat there, right? Um, and that's how it is. That's how it is, man. I had strikeouts for you guys. I had a monster strikeout parlay I was getting ready to do. I was getting ready to take both pitchers from the Detroit game and and both pitchers from the Detroit game and it was Milwaukee Peralta, right? I was getting ready to ladder all the motherfuckers. I ain't even gonna lie. I was getting ready to ladder all their ass, right? Now, potential K upside here. You got potential, right? Potential. If you just want to gamble, you know what I'm saying, and just gamble or whatever the case may be, the dog, the dog of the day, I would say would be Pittsburgh. Don't know if I'm betting it because I don't bet a lot of games. The dog, if I had to take a dog, it would be Pittsburgh. If I had to take a dog, it would be Pittsburgh at plus 124. And then if I'm looking at, if I had to take a K guy, if I want a ladder as of right now, ladder a K guy, it would probably be Jones. Just to see, you know what I'm saying? Even if I put like if I split $10 on a ladder, what would we get from Jones? We would get 7Ks for plus 140, 8Ks for plus 285, and 9Ks for plus 560. Keep in mind we do have weather in that game, so yada yada yada, right? I have to look further into these guys like Cruz. Um, just checked out Sawinski and Brian Reynolds, Brian Hayes. And Connor Joe. I need to look at those guys before I really come up with a, you know what I'm saying, a definite on these guys being a dog. You could also look at a possible over 9 in the spot, but nothing. You know, weather permitted. You know, it's weather. You know, it might end up being a shitty ass game, like a low scoring game, but it is what it is, right? So I go back to work tonight. I go back to work tonight, and 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And when I'm gonna have to start. I'm going to probably I'm probably just going to have to put a list together when I come in at work. I'm probably gonna have to put a list together at work and come in the morning and drop the list on y'all. And that's all I could pretty much do right now. Right, that's all I could pretty much do right now. Um, so it is what it is, right? Because I get tired. I get tired, man. NBA, a quick tidbit on NBA here. Um, a quick tidbit on NBA. I'll tell you guys this, right? Um, it'll probably. I ain't even gonna. You know what? I'm gonna tell you guys this. Let's see. Don't know what Boston gonna do. It's a possibility that the Knicks probably can win this one. It's a possibility if they sitting people, they have nothing to play for. Houston Rockets and shit. Neither one of these teams got nothing to play for. The Bulls, I think they locked in with Atlanta. I think they locked in with Atlanta for the play-in. So keep an eye out there. Um, Sacramento Kings, and this should be the game here. New Orleans should be trying to stay out of the play-in. They need to win this game to stay out of the play-in, right? So we'll be looking at Zion and CJ McCollum, uh, points plus assists or some shit like that. I have to take the assist prop for CJ McCollum there. Um, I always forget to bust this out for NBA, but we're gonna have to take the look at CJ assist column. Look at the assist column for CJ. Excuse me, goodness gracious, right? So Um, Even if you want to tease it down to 4, sitting at 4.5. If you want to tease it down to 4, be my guest. I suggest you jump in on it now. Head to head versus this team. Um, let's see. Last time he hasn't seen this team in a while, right? So points versus this team. You know what I'm saying? How about this? He just gave the ass 30, right? That was then, right? So let me see. Did the boy play that game? Games without Brandon Ingram. This was back last year. So his points probably sitting at 23 and a half. He been without Brandon Ingram, he's lived there, right? He's lived there. No, yeah. His last 10 games, he's lived there, right? But this was the playoffs. Wait a minute. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is right now. Right. This year. Last 10 games this year. What about last 20? What about last 10 assists? It doesn't even matter because we know what we want to do, right? We know. Last 10 games. Oops, I put CJ McCollum without Brandon Ingram. Okay. He went on the tear right here. But it's like right here, it was like go time, right? Like from the third, it was like go time. Like it was like go time because it's playoffs. It's they gotta do what they gotta do right now. So I bet right here he resorted to more scoring right here. And that was the third. What was that? The third versus Orlando. So let's see points. Right. So you can see the change, right? This is points right here. This is points right here. He started dropping 30s on motherfuckers right here, right? The third, fifth, the seventh, the ninth, right? The third. Remember that. That's the third right here. Then right here for the assist, that's when his assist took a hit. Coach told his ass on the third, sir, you need to start scoring the fucking ball, right? So that's when that happened. Prior to the third here, he was getting everybody involved, dropping dimes, whatever the case may be. We caught that wave. We was betting it. We was betting it. We caught that wave, right? We caught that wave. Now, right here is when he started dropping dimes. I mean, scoring buckets. So we can look for more of that, right? The menace is there. How about the how about the how about the so the potential assists went down. Everything went down. How about the the points and shit like that? So the shot attempts, the field goal attempts. So I guess whatever, right? So and then let's look at the threes, right? So I'm gonna look at him for it is what it is. I still like the 4.5 assists. I still like the 4.5 assists, right? Let's see something. I still like the 4.5 assists. Let's see. Point guard. We in the green on the assist category. We're in the green, right? I still like the assist. Something telling me the assist, right? I still like the assist. And then you got Zion, right? So who the fuck gonna guard Zion, right? So that's another thing. We're gonna see, right? Zion, they gotta win this game and stay out of the play in, man. This points probably sitting at 26. Okay. What about his assists? because he will drop dimes. And then this rebound. Um, so he's been rebounding the ball a little bit better. 6.5. Okay. So, O'Shea Brissett. Okay. Horford in, Brown in, Tatum in. Okay. Now that's different. Right? Uh, okay. Jalen Johnson. Oh my God, that's bad. At least 3 weeks. The Bulls might. Bulls gonna try to beat them. Well, they in the play and they're gonna have to try to beat them. But Klay Thompson questionable. Brennan. All right, so I have to go back and look through this. Right, I have to go back and look through this. But what's interesting is what's going to be real interesting for this game here is going to be for the next game here is going to be the three ball, right? So I know y'all been seeing that shit floating around, and I know y'all been seeing. So they don't have the other threes out for the rest of the guys. They took like 52 threes, and they didn't get to the lineup to the free throw line and stuff like that. Both of these teams will give up the three ball, so we can look at the three. We can make 3-point parlays here, right? We can do that. So that's what I'll be looking at here as far as some of the props and stuff like that. See who's in definitely and see who's out definitely, and then we can work with it from there, right? Um, the rest of these games, like I said, the Bulls they locked in with Atlanta on the play-in, and the Knicks, I think the Knicks need to win or whatever. They want to win or whatever. Both of these two teams are out. Important game for the New Orleans Pelicans as to where they need to win to stay out of the play-in. And the Golden State Warriors, they need to win this game. Just got to figure it out right. You can look at Scoot Henderson. He'd be dropping dimes. You could probably get a double-double out of him, some shit like that. Aiden been playing some ball. See who's going to be in. Keep an eye out on the Golden State. You might see Clay not in, you might see Curry not in, um, you know, stuff like that. I've been playing Curry's assist prop, here and there and alternate, shaking it down. Sitting at 5.5. I wasn't going to 5.5s and shit though, but School Henderson been dropping dimes. You can look to a double double for him, something like that. But at the end of the day, it's a pretty much a chill day when it comes to MLB and basketball, right? So tomorrow we got 15 MLB games, and tomorrow how many NBA games you got? The grind don't stop. You can start capping. You can start capping, writing your notes down for tomorrow, NBA and MLB. And right now, from the end of the season, it's all about the injury report, finding value. Basketball games tomorrow, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 NBA games tomorrow and 15 MLB games tomorrow. Good fucking luck, right? Tomorrow gonna be wild as hell. If your ass ain't around, if you're not around the injury report, man, you got to be kidding me. Tomorrow gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy with a Q, crazy, right? It's gonna be wild. Tomorrow gonna be wild, wild west tomorrow. Um, I got a little hit parlay going. What's up with this? What's up with this game? The Mets scored. What happened? Nemo. I bet you it was Nemo. Well, did Nemo have something to do with that? No. Alonzo and Beatty. That second time around the order, you can just start going ahead and live betting. And you can start go ahead and live betting them motherfucking Braves. That second time around the corner, around the lineup, let's see. Home team plate appearances. Ozuna might knock this fire from one of these motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie. You get a plus for extra base hit, double, triple home run. You get a plus 700. Let me see. They don't let you parlay them motherfuckers right there and there, right? All right, y'all, man. Peace out, fam. Peace out, man. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.